Hello everyone, Ohayo gozaimasu, and grand risings to you all. My name is Rosebell. Today I'm going to share my journey squatting every single day. Let's begin. I realized that in the past my videos have always lacked structure. This will be my first attempt towards creating that structure. We'll start with the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. At the end, I will share some more thoughts and experiences, as well as the before and after progression of my legs. The who is obvious. It's me. It's myself. But it can also be you if you decide to take on this journey, or challenge, or program, whichever you decide to call it. What did I do? Well, I decided I was going to squat. I didn't do any other exercises and devoted all my training and recovery just for squats. There wasn't anything special about my training. I used the KISS strategy. KISS is the acronym for Keep It Simple Stupid. As funny as that might seem, I believed it to be efficient. Sometimes we overcomplicate things that we don't need to. I also decided to record my training and upload it. All of it. When did I start and when will I finish? I started this journey on March 14th, 2023. Currently, I have a time frame in mind of when I want to end my journey. My body and joints are still feeling strong. I haven't felt any serious issues besides minor pains here and there. I'm 25, and I'm only going to be 25 once, so I will persevere. Where? This one is quite a bit important and not as important. It's important to me because in the past, I believed that I needed the perfect place to train. The perfect time, the perfect atmosphere. I have, since starting this journey, given up on those excuses. I hope you as well can learn from this. Stop surrendering to your excuses and become the person you want to be. Chase the things you want to chase. Find yourself now. Why am I doing this? The most important part of this journey was to prove to myself and not to others that I could go through with it. It's a test that I have imposed on myself. I let go of my training completely back when I was 22 and have been on this hiatus for longer than planned. I wish to regain my conditioning, strength, and mental fortitude. I will mention that physical improvements are nice, but the belief in myself and my abilities is far greater. These are my 5 W's for this journey. However, this is not everything that I wish to share and take note of. Let's look at my specific program. I started my journey with 75 squats a day. I did them in 3 sets, 25 repetitions a set. I needed rising intensity to make progress. The more proper term is progressive overload. How can you make the exercise harder? Well, I chose to add more repetitions every 7 days. Every 7 days I would add 25 more repetitions, or 1 more working set towards my total count. I had trouble deciding how I would go about this in the beginning. I wasn't sure if I should add repetitions every 7 days or every 10 days. I'm happy with the choice I made. As for my squats, they didn't change much. The only thing I changed throughout this journey is the width of my squat stance. I made sure I had good form. I even had to redo some of the sets throughout my journey because I lacked proper form. Those were some of the hardest days. Days where my body was just so fatigued or drained. My diet stayed consistent, around 2,000 calories. I have recently bumped it up to 2,100 calories, but I will have to ramp up those numbers again. Perhaps 2,200 or 2,300 calories. I stayed on a high-protein, low-carb diet. My main sources of food were chicken, eggs, tuna, peanut butter, whole milk, and protein powder. It's a very simple diet. Anyone can follow it. My water intake was about 60 ounces of water a day, around 8 cups. I also had a source of caffeine. I used Essential Amino Energy by Optimum Nutrition. I'll drop a link in the description. That was about 200 to 300 milligrams a day of caffeine. Not that it matters much, I want to mention that the FDA recommends no more than 400 milligrams a day for a healthy individual. I did half of that most days. The protein powder I use is by Muscle Tech. I'll drop a link down for that as well. I'm only human, so I wasn't perfect every day. Some days I would deviate from my diet. Still, I tried to consume a minimum amount of 2,000 calories a day. I guess I should also mention my starting weight. I started at a weight of 112 pounds, or 51 kilograms. Currently, I'm at a weight of 120.2 pounds, closer to 54 kilograms. I believe this to be amazing progress for 30 days. Experience. Some days were harder than others. Just like anyone else, there were days I didn't want to continue. Still, I carried myself through it, believing in the end results, believing I would make it to this day. Thinking about the kind of person I would be and how I would have changed. On day 4, I was feeling sore. My muscles were aching. This is what they call delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS for short. On day 5, this soreness transformed into some hip flexor issues. My left hip flexor felt like it was stabbing me every time I went down for a squat. Day 12 and 13 were important days as well. I realized after reviewing my videos that I wasn't happy with my form. The bounce out of the bottom seemed not optimal for my standards, so I had changed things up here. From these days forward, I would have a slow descent from my squat. It was a much needed change, and again, in the end, I'm content with it. It wasn't easy at first. It made my workouts a lot longer. On day 14, I felt my best. My form was where I wanted it to be, and my legs were getting a great pump. Day 22 was the hardest day mentally and physically. My left knee was giving me issues. I felt pain underneath my left kneecap. I had wasted 2 beginning sets with horrible form. I started over. Already drained of some stamina and not getting enough rest the night prior led to the hardest workout of this journey. It was a late upload as well. I told myself I was going to get through it. And I did. This knee pain persisted for 2 days. It went away. On day 24, I had some hip issues again. Great. This time on my right hip. Unbelievable. I understand that more than likely it was caused by my left knee pain. I must have been shifting my weight to my right side a bit more to compensate for my knee pain, to relieve that knee pain. Again, we made it through. Day 25 and here moving forward, my joints have felt great. I haven't had any more issues come up. Let's keep it this way. Now, the before and after. I began with my legs measuring 18.5 inches, or 47 centimeters. I will let you guys see the results for yourselves. Am I happy? Absolutely. Now my legs are measuring 20 inches, closer to 50 centimeters. That's a huge difference. I made sure to use the same lighting for both shots as well. more thoughts. I did this journey without weights and equipment to show that you can also make progress. You have everything you need: gravity, earth, and willpower. Gravity is the weight put upon us all. It's the pressure we feel when we walk in our everyday lives. Earth is the foundation and our center of balance. It's a reminder to stay grounded and humble. And willpower is the fire that keeps us moving. It's proof that we are alive. So let it burn. Rise up, dear Budokas. Don't wait for better days, because the way the world is going, our days might be limited. I know you can do it. Until next time, sayonara.